convict cuisine, granny pods, and sabasa. No! On today's episode of 1, 2, 3 Jokes!
Welcome everybody to 1, 2, 3 Jokes, the competitive comedy podcast where we take 3 stories from the news, write 3 jokes about each story, and decide who's written the funniest jokes.
My name is Ricardo Leon.
Me Martinez.
You Martinez?
Me Martinez.
You Jane. Okay.
Who else is on the show?
I am Bob Timmons.
I'm Carly Kastner.
I'm Amanda Kerberg.
And I'm Eric Hughes.
And I'm Vanessa Flores.
Vanessa Flores, our producer. Eric Hughes.
Hughes?
Our guest today. Returning guest.
Returning.
It's been quite a while.
A whole pandemic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we have a few minutes here, so tell us everything that's happened in the last 3 years.
We didn't say in one breath.
I was really expecting like Sondheim, like, stayed at home and took some food and...
Took some food.
Well, it's really hard to come up with that out of nowhere. That's why you didn't do it.
Yeah, you're no Sondheim.
They sent us all home from work, and I never been back since. And I ain't going back.
How did you do it?
Nice.
I want to do that.
That's the whole IT thing where you don't actually have to talk to anyone face to face. It's brilliant.
Yeah, my husband's in IT as well, and he also went home one day and never went back.
Yeah, we've been doing this podcast for about 10 years now.
Wow.
And yeah, face-to-face sucks hard. But we always appreciate when you're here, Eric.
Yes.
I bought it. Now, you'll be doing jokes for us. Amanda will be fulfilling her role as our judge, our resident judge. So you've got jokes in the can, yeah?
Ready to go.
Jokes in the can?
Ready to go.
I know you're
Jokes
ready
in the
to go.
can, ready to go. Jokes
Okay.
in the can, ready to go. It's my turn, I'm talking. Jokes in the can, ready to go.
You
Jokes
could
in
do
the
this
can, ready to go.
forever.
Jokes,
This
jokes,
could last
jokes,
forever.
Jokes in the can, ready to go.
Listen, everyone, if you're watching us on YouTube, you'll see we're in a little bit of a different space than you're used to seeing us in.
What? This is the studio. What are you talking about?
We redecorated the studio to be a tiny, small space where we can
This is a very nice neighborhood. It's
And
expensive. The
Didn't
rents
say
are high.
anything about the neighborhood.
The only thing I could afford was this place.
Yeah.
And it's lovely. I love this apartment. Fuck you.
It looks great. But listeners, the smell is unbelievable.
He's got the Nag Champa.
So we're in Rick's
Don't worry, I
mom's.
got that knock chopper.
We're in Rick's apartment that he shares with his mom.
No, we're in his mom's apartment that she shares with him.
Yeah, Rick's not that kind to allow his mom
You know what's weird? Rick's mom looks a lot like him in a wig.
to... Sorry, Rick's mom. Didn't mean to...
I'm implying that it's like a what's that movie?
Like Psycho, yeah.
Psycho situation.
Ow, fucking hot.
Jesus.
He doesn't do this often, which is why it smells terrible in this apartment.
It didn't really smell.
really smell?
No,
No.
I wish he wouldn't have done that. It's like
just
overwhelming in this small space to have that.
Well, same with you. That feels like like in the things where shows where somebody picks on somebody. It's like, oh no, I'm giving you a hug. As if we were Hollywood, I would have given you a hug.
But it's not Hollywood. No
If
hug.
we were in Hollywood, I'd be the only one here. Hey, because I'm a star.
You got popular by explaining what you meant.
People really like an explanation. Long-winded.
Robert, I would love if you put a laugh track after her joke there.
Yeah,
see.
do it.
He doesn't need to because you guys were all cracking the fuck up.
So, Vanessa, if we can get some shots of us just stone-faced, I can just put those in and
Oh,
post.
the one time you're going to edit something into the show.
Oh! We get in a comfy space and the claws come out.
Wow.
That's why it smelled like a cat in here. Like cats in here.
Eric, you're ready? Everyone, you're ready? Mm-hmm. Carly, let's hit it. Round one.
Convict cuisine. Former Phoenix inmate brings prison-inspired food to all. It's called convict cuisine, and a former inmate from Phoenix is bringing prison-inspired food for the people who want a taste of what life can be like on the inside, at least in terms of food. Which one of you is on the Google Doc?
I actually
Jeremy,
clicked
get the
into
fuck
it.
out of there! He keeps highlighting shit and I can't read it. Get out of the Google Doc.
Anonymous aardvark.
I'm just
I
reading
can't
along.
read italics.
He's reading along by covering up the words with his freaking browser. Okay. Don't knock it until you try it, said John Avila, the owner of Prison Pies. A lot of people think, ooh, prison food is nasty. Or, why would anybody eat like that? Or, hey, you're out of prison now. Why are you still eating like that? And hey, the food is good. Avila came up with the idea while serving 2.5 years behind bars, where he had to get innovative with his limited Jack Snails. Jack Snails?
Jail snacks.
Let me see how it's written.
It's a good thing I'm reading along with you, you illiterate fuck.
Jack highlighted.
Dyslexia.
Jack Snails.
Oh, I can't wait to
The
go back to
sweet-
myself with
yeah.
some Jack Snails.
The sweet prison escargot.
And it is not what you think.
Well, they're jacked because they work out in the yard like all their free time.
But very slowly.
Come on down to the bayou. We have some Jack Snails.
After he was released from prison, Avila made his dream a reality. We make prison-style tamales. Those tamales are made of Doritos. The masa is made of Doritos.
Guy is Mexican.
Said
Making him
Avila.
like
The
Italian.
drinks are made of Doritos.
The streets are paved in Doritos.
We also make nachos.
No, I want to hear your Mexican accent.
No.
Please. Please.
We also make
I'll
nachos.
never call you racist again if you
Shut
do a
up.
perfect Mexican accent.
No. We also make nachos.
Okay, so if that wasn't the Mexican accent, what was it?
We make uno of our favorite things. We make one of our favorite things.
Oh,
One of the things that people like is I'm doing Spanish on Duolingo right now. We make one of our favorite things. One of the things that people like the most is our Cadillac coffees. We put chocolate syrup, caramel, and then your choice of either Snickers, Reese's, Doritos, any kind of
What a
chocolate
big
you
old
want.
Jack Snail right there.
Avila's company now has quite the following on social media, and the unique food combinations keep bringing back customers who want more Jack Snails.
Jack Snails.
Nice job. Nice read.
Jack Snails.
Eric, as our guest, you have the option of going first or last in this round.
I'll kick it off.
All right.
So I actually checked the place out. Pretty tasty food. But I thought it was weird that the waiter kept using air quotes to describe everything. Like, I wanted to order a burrito, but they told me it came with sauce.
Well,
Every meal comes with a fork, a knife, and a shiv.
Yeah. You got to make it out of a toothbrush, though, yourself.
yeah, it comes with a toothbrush. You make your own. I'll go next. You know, everything is pretty affordably priced there. I didn't see anything that was over 10 cigarettes, maybe.
Me?
And
Sure.
yes, there were Doritos in there.
It's great that you can have authentic prison cuisine on the outside. Helps to capture the experience of being in prison. It's too bad you can't get that authentic prison sex on the outside.
Prison sex. Got it.
You did?
Oh yeah, she was locked up for a little while.
On her lifetime bingo card she got.
Was it the free space?
Yeah.
That's ironic.
I'm thinking this guy needs his own cooking show, but it's prison food, and he's a real hard ass to the other cooks, and it's called Cell's Kitchen.
That's good.
Let's sit with that for a little.
All right. You up?
Would it be Warden Ramsay?
Oh, shit! Damn!
What?
Drop the fucking mic.
Eric said our Pee Wee Herman style magic word.
The couch is about to come down.
And of course, that means you're free to go.
You have been released.
for good humor.
Earned your freedom.
Well, here you go, good sir. Just as you requested, a bottle of our finest toilet hooch. Bruno Grigio. Fermented in a porcelain chalice and aged for 7 to 10 years. Or out earlier for good behavior. You'll notice a fruity overture and just a hint of botulism. Enjoy.
It tastes a little more than a hint. I don't know. You know, as owner John Avila watches intently as you go into your top ramen pasta primavera, you can't help but give a resounding so good.
My wife, she's the mother of my children. She could never knock all my teeth out, knock all the teeth out of my gums so she could skull fuck me without scraping her cock. That's why what me and Soda Pops had was so special.
Without scraping her cock? Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
She has one?
No, she doesn't. That's
why he's longing.
Me and Soda Pops.
Oh, I see. Soda Pop scraped his cock.
That's what was so special about what me and Soda Pops
Yes. About you and Soda
Yeah, Amanda, write that down.
Soda Pops.
Got it. No, actually, it says prison sex soda pops. So we are telling a complete narrative here.
I'm hearing like Soda Pops, prison sex.
We're not doing that game.
No, NSYNC is making a comeback, guys.
I don't recommend the beef shank. I still have the scar where they stabbed me.
From that guy Beef?
Beef? Yeah. It seemed like a trick to put that on the menu.
It was on Happy Hour.
I was actually inspired to open my own restaurant now, but it's actually kind of more fine dining version where the food is modeled after actual death row last meals.
Oh.
You get a little fancier.
Yeah.
But the trick is you don't know, it's a complete roulette. You don't know which last meal you're going to get.
They're all Doritos.
They're all
Oops, all Doritos.
No, I had an embarrassing visit to Prison Pies. I ate, and when they brought me the check, I realized I forgot my wallet. So, of course, I had to go back in the kitchen and be their little bitch.
In a way, I was a more attentive lover when Soda Pops brutally raped me for years. Anyways, his name was Soda Pops because his cock was the exact size and shape of 2 cans of Soda Pops stacked on top of each other.
I like that.
like a monster.
Are we at the moth? We're getting a full story. Yeah.
I like that Soda Pop wasn't mentioned in the first
Soda
joke.
Pops.
Soda Pops,
2
excuse
sodas.
Soda Pop's a
One
different
pop.
guy.
If you're
Well, it's
lucky.
very important. I had to consider it when I wrote it. Because his name is Soda Pops, because it's the size of 2 cans of soda.
Yeah, we gotcha.
When you wrote it based on this fiction.
Yeah, when I lived it, though. When I dreamed him.
When I looked in my journal for inspiration.
Yeah.
Wait, this isn't my joke notebook.
Why are you guys laughing?
Wait, this is my rake notebook.
Pop Daddy's name has been changed to protect his identity.
Names have been changed to protect the guilty.
Yeah.
To match regional terminology.
Yeah, there's Pop Pops,
There's pop sodas.
Coke Pops.
Coke Pops.
Is Betsy okay, Daddy?
It better be okay.
Now that was a rough prison.
Have you actually tried their tamales? Oh man, they are absolutely to do 5 to 10 for.
And that'll do it for the jokes in round one. Amanda, our resident judge, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought that was a killer round, honestly.
That's why we're all here.
Lock 'em up.
Yeah, lock you all up. Yeah. All right. Give me just a sec to do some math. Okay.
Now, Eric, have you been to prison?
Not this.
Not in the last
year. Not under this alien.
I haven't, but E-Dog has.
Does Tent City count?
Hey, why do you have a tattoo that says soda pops on it?
It was you.
It was my name.
He's just also an ex.
Yeah. It's crossed out.
It was you that he cheated on me with.
Ricky's like, I didn't recognize you with the teeth.
You got to keep your teeth?
Traded them away for Doritos.
Okay, so now,
What a horrible life. Traded for Doritos. That's all you're worth. Doritos.
Wait, which flavor? Though?
Yeah, someone else traded my teeth for Doritos.
Oh, sorry. Let's
And then
specify.
you have Dorito teeth.
Doritos is the name of Ricky's other lover.
are we good? We're ready?
Yeah.
I got time.
Are we gonna get serious about this?
Guys, I'll wait. I'll wait.
Okay, so I'm going to start with Bob because I've got him on the left side of the paper. So we started out with cigarettes as tender. That was great. That was a 4. Then I wrote so good.
Thank you.
That was your second joke. I gave it a 3.
All right.
It was okay.
So good.
Sounds like it was so.
Then we have little bitch. That was another good 4.
Okay, I'm getting mixed messages. So,
Oh, these are just my notes on you. Yeah.
don't know what to think.
Okay, then we moved to Ricardo. We got prison sex. I gave that a 4.
I wrote little bitch again.
We got. I wrote
To
soda
help me
pops.
remember.
I wrote soda pops for the second and third jokes. But for the second one, I just gave it a 3 because I got lost a little in the story. And then just distressed. And then it kind of circled around to a joke, but it's just a 3. And then we moved back, I think, more to the comedy of soda pops. So the third one got a 4. Okay, Jeremy, Sal's Kitchen. I gave that a 4. Beef Shank, loved, gave that a 5. Tamales, loved, gave that a 5.
Dang.
All right.
It's all in how you prepare them.
Okay, Eric. We started out with air quotes. I gave that a 4. I'll be honest. I gave everybody a 4 the first round because it was just sort of like, I want to support you all.
This doesn't make me feel better.
And then, okay, we had toilet hooch. That was awesome. Gave that a 5. Last meal. I thought that was more just like interesting conversation piece, like a thought experiment more. So I gave that a 3.
That's fair.
Save your point of interest for the outside.
But I gave you 3 bonus points for Word and Ramsey, which I think was the mic drop moment of
There we go.
the entire round. So that puts Eric in the lead with 15. Jeremiah in second with 14. Rick and Bob tied with 11.
All right. Oh, wow.
Well, congratulations, you two.
I love post-round celebrations.
Granny pods let you, let me take that again. Sorry, I'm just not used to reading this without Jeremy all over the screen.
Oh, let me. All right, let me
The new normal.
Granny pods let your aging parents live in your backyard. Jeremy, get out of there.
Your backyard?
Get out of my grave.
That's my grandma's house.
Like, every time he does anything, it pops up and it says Jeremy Martinez, and then it blocks half of it.
Why are you messing with it?
Awful.
I'm not. She's just being
Okay.
silly.
He's
Take it from the
he's
top.
reading along. No,
Take it
this
from
is
the-
funny
okay.
stuff.
No, keep the backyard bit.
Just in case you want two options, I'll start again.
Okay.
Do you want me to?
This is your fault.
Okay. Granny pods let your aging parents live in your backyard. Whether you call it a granny pod, an accessory dwelling unit, or ADU, an in-law suite, a granny flat, a casita, a jack snail, or any number of other names, having a private living space on a single-family home's lot has become more common, meaning a visit to grandma's house could be just a quick walk away. Sometimes these are separate buildings, sometimes they are attached, and sometimes they are with an existing home, such as in the basement or the upper floor. ADUs share utilities with the primary home and usually have a kitchenette, bathroom, bedroom, and living area. The large baby boomer generation has all now crossed over into retirement.
I thought you were going to say, breaking news, they're all fishing dead.
And they and their families need to figure out housing arrangements that can support them as they get older. This is happening at the same time as the continuing U.S. housing shortage. One potential solution to finding homes for elderly people when there is less housing is to build a tiny home or in-law suite or existing single-family home lots. Enter the granny pod.
And you could call this thing whatever the fuck you want.
Enter the granny pod. Oh, I regret not doing the story in a granny
Oh,
voice.
darn.
Let's give Bob another take.
One just for me. You know, as with many other granny-style products, this one is very roomy and comfortable, but may not be a good fit for younger folks. But a lot of coverage. So.
Granny style.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable by the phrase granny style.
Then you ain't never had a granny.
Rick loved it.
Granny Pod, oh, your generation is always putting things into pods. Their music, their competitive comedy broadcasts. Just leave me on an iceberg like those nice Eskimo-faced people.
You know, Rick got in trouble for Eskimo face.
Yeah. He was way too Inuit. We built a little house for Granny in the backyard, and when it was all done, I thought, can we just forget about Grandma and make this a backup podcast studio?
You know, good.
Solid
pod pod?
idea.
Pod.
Oh, putting your podcast into a pod. Eating
my-
your pudding in your podcast pod.
That's what
Patting with pudding in
Okay, we're getting into Cosby now.
your padded podcast pod.
Eric.
Little known fact, but the granny pods are perfect for fostering grannies. I started out with one, but I wanted her to have a friend. You know, you're already cleaning up after one. What's next? What's next for one? And then you're fostering more, and you get attached. It's really hard to let them go. But
Yeah.
sometimes you can't help it.
Yeah, we got a grandpa for my son, and of course he doesn't play with it anymore.
And you feel bad because you forget to feed it, or it doesn't get the attention you
Because
need.
I'm not attached to it,
Right.
You know, but
Right.
feel
Eventually,
bad.
though, it just makes sense to let them have the whole roam of the regular house. So now I'm in the pod.
The problem is you started letting him sleep in the bed with you.
Yeah. You get the hair everywhere. Knitting needles.
But hey, you know, that's the life of a creep, you know.
I lie down with the elderly.
This inspired me to create the Grampy Pad. It's a small shed where your grandpa can be disgusted with Democrats.
To save on space, we pre-converted Granny's coffin into a granny pod. God forbid it happens on a weekday, but at least we're ready.
Aww.
She wanted to be cremated, you asshole.
We put her in a little fire, a pizza oven in the backyard. That way, after she's cremated, we can still make pizzas on the
We'll be tasting grandma for centuries.
It's got that real deep grandma taste in there.
This was your grandma's recipe.
Oh, I'm sorry, my grandma recipe.
Recipe for grandma.
From the old country.
Having your granny live near you in the backyard is the best way to ensure your inheritance. I mean, her safety and well-being.
Do you think it would set off any red flags if someone bought like 24 granny pods? Asking for a friend. I'm picturing like a setup like in the Matrix where they have all the pods just stacked.
Yeah.
Use grandmas for energy.
Yeah.
What have a dozen grandmas?
You can pick one out yourself, like the Carvana vending machine. It just lowers the granny down.
That's good. That's really good.
No, I
They're all up there.
Just give us some attention.
Not Lois again.
Are you my grandson?
Lots of O's in this.
This sci-fi premise is depressing.
Carnage.
That is some bonus points.
You know, we couldn't afford the granny pod, so as far as the kids know, she's on a farm. She's doing great.
Upstate.
Oh yeah.
Just running around with other grannies.
Yeah, wink.
We got the Statler and Waldorf from the Muppet Show edition for Grandpa so he can live his dream of having an elbow-deep hand up his ass.
An elbow deep hand.
An elbow deep.
An elbow deep hand.
A hand elbow-deep up his ass. You are correct, sir. I'll be the Ed McMahon to your correcting my joke. You are correct, sir. That is what I meant.
Well, you know, Ed was drunk all the time.
Yeah. And you're drunk. You are correct.
You're an excellent judge of character. Johnny.
Is that your real name?
Here he is. Johnny Terrain.
Johnny Terrain. It's called a granny pod because it's hearing aids inside headphones inside soundproof building in the backyard. So grandma can't hear us fucking in the house.
She can see us though.
Introducing the Granny Pod. Let your aging parents live in your backyard like a desert tortoise. Just like an aging reptile, your granny's going to need fresh air, plenty of sun, and all the lettuce she can eat. Available now from G-Pods, your leader in elder containment.
Containment. All right, I think that'll do it for the jokes in round 2. Amanda, sounded like you enjoyed it.
Honestly, another killer round. Loved it. Okay, we'll start with Eric this time. We had Foster and Grannies. Gave that a 5. Loved it.
That's my favorite indie band from Fostering Grannies.
And then we moved on to the Carvana, again, number 5. Loved it. And Living Like a Tortoise in the Backyard, gave that a 5 too. So we had 15 plus 15 last round.
Dang.
So he is at 30. Okay, Jeremy. Podcast pod. Great idea, but I gave it a 3.
But in practice, it killed a lot of grannies.
We don't get points for ideas?
Inheritance, I gave that a 4. What does this say? Grandma can't hear us. Okay, gave that a 4. And then
And that's fine that she can't hear us, and also she can't read lips, so we're good. She can see us.
Yeah, she doesn't know what lips.
she thinks we're praying.
She's like, my grandson and his Gregorian chant.
He's saying Jesus Christ, oh God,
On their knees.
Okay, and then you got
choke on this. I'm assuming they're referring to Satan.
Oh man.
Choke on this, Satan, and then you shoot him with the gun or something. That's what I meant.
I don't know what you meant.
You
I
seem
guess that
lost.
works. Yeah.
Defiled my joke.
Okay, 3 bonus points for Carnana, which again was the mic drop of the round.
Sweet.
So that gave you 14 for this round, which moves you up to 28 total. Okay, Rick. I just wrote pod and then I underlined it and then I wrote a bunch of exclamation marks. But I gave it a 5.
Was this the return of soda pods?
Nice.
Pods.
Nice. Okay.
He's got a cock the size of 2 pods.
Podcasts.
2 podcasts.
So it's barely visible.
You can listen to it anywhere, though.
Okay, the second one I just wrote dead grandma, but I gave it a 4.
Love the idea.
Okay, he gets points for ideas.
All right, that's a better idea. Okay, and the third one, the Muppet one. I mean, the crowd did not love that, but I loved that joke, so I gave
Okay,
that a
then
5.
explain it to me because I don't
It's
understand.
such a
You
great
ever see
twist.
the Muppets?
I know.
Because you think
I know.
he's gonna be like, oh, so he can like watch over us and like comment, like
Yeah, yeah,
ironically, but it's not
No.
that.
Instead,
It's fisting.
Grandpa like butt fisted,
I get the reference, but I was
and he
confused
begged
because
us to get it.
I felt like what you were saying is that Grandpa was gonna live in the puppet.
No.
No.
Oh, I did say it wrong.
Yeah, you said it. You
Pointed
said
it
it
out.
weird, and
Yeah.
it didn't make any sense.
I
to
meant
me.
that the hand elbow deep inside of his ass.
Okay. Well, you didn't mention the ass part.
Here, I have a picture.
Of Rick's grandpa, elbow deep.
I have a proof of concept.
Like when I originally wrote it, it was like, and then a bear, so they can make fun of a bear or something. I couldn't come up with anything that was funny at the end of it. But yeah, it's a
No,
twist.
it's a
That was
twist. It's a twist.
And when you twist it,
Yeah.
it's great.
That was good. Okay. So that was 14 for the round, bringing you to a grand total of 25. Bob. All right. I wrote roomy for the first one. I gave it a 3. I wrote grampy pad. All right. Gave that a 4. And then the third one, I wrote she's on a farm. I loved that. That was a 5. That was so good. So that gave you 12 for the round, and you are at 23 now. So
Amanda's got it out for me on this episode, but
how
still
many
relatively
wins
close.
have I
Does
given
Eric
this
already
man?
have 30?
He does.
Jesus
Now
Christ.
I do need to make mention. Amanda said that Eric has a lot of similar jokes to her. The humor is similar.
It's true.
Did you
let's
write
keep
jokes
that.
for this episode?
Yeah.
And they
Give
match
me your
yours
phone.
exactly.
Yeah, I sent them to you.
Yeah.
These texts are in Amanda's handwriting.
Yeah.
Those look like her bubbles.
Yep.
You know what? There has been issues of colluding on the show before because a couple of weeks ago, freaking Vanessa judged an episode, and she wrote some of Jeremy's jokes.
I wrote one, and I don't even think he won.
No, and she didn't even score it highly. And she didn't know she was judging.
The
I didn't know I was
precedent.
judging.
The precedent has been set. You cannot let Eric win this episode.
Well, let's see how round 3
Just try
turns
and stop me.
out. Jeremiah, you better be real good round 3.
I was just making an
Vanessa,
observation.
send me some jokes.
It will be suspicious, yes, but it's fine.
It's just something to consider. That's what I'm saying.
Aren't there no rules in the judging?
Oh,
I can do whatever I want.
Okay, what are the
No
total scores
holds
going
barred.
into?
Okay, total score is going into the last round. Anything can happen. If Eric with 30, Jeremy with 28, Rick with 25, Bob with 23.
Bias.
Ooh, Bob's down by 7.
That's right.
I know I usually say anything can happen, but I think it's really unlikely Bob's going to win this one in round 3. Police rushed to report of a ritual mass killing, but it was just a yoga class. Police rushed to a business in Lincolnshire, England, shortly after a yoga class wrapped because a concerned passerby mistook the final resting position the entire class was participating in for a mass killing. The final resting pose, also known as corpse pose or savasana, typically occurs at the end of a yoga class in which people lie on their back with their eyes closed in order to sink into a meditative state. It is nice. I lost my spot. I was in a meditative
relaxed.
state. Oh, I'm on the wrong story. What's going on? Millie Laws, her last name is Laws, who taught the yoga class, confirmed that 7 students were, in fact, lying on their backs for about 30 minutes. That's a long time. As she banged on a shamanic drum.
Shamanic.
It's a matter of
Shamanic?
semantics.
You say shamanics, I shamanic.
Say that again, Ricky.
You say shamantic, I say shamanic.
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 Potato.
Shamano.
Oh, okay. The people were on their back for about 30 minutes as she banged on a shamanic drum in a dark room lit by just candles. She said she was also wearing a flowy top that could have resembled a robe. Mills said she noticed a couple outside the studio walking a dog and peering through the window at what must have been a very bewildering scene to them. They reported to the police that they'd been seeing somebody walking around in a room lit with candles and what looked like dead people lying all over the floor. Laws told the Post.
That's your best voice ever.
The couple thought it was some sort of ritual mass killing. Haha.
Oh yeah, she had a clown nose.
Rick, I think you're first.
Okay, I need some help. Vanessa, can you give me the yoga mat down there?
Oh boy.
Oh no.
In this tiny, tiny apartment.
I've got a character, sure.
I got a character. Why don't you set up a camera on the floor?
We got the crotch cam.
I think he's just gonna hold it.
You weren't supposed to tell them about that.
It's just like I'm just getting to the yoga studio.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's what the character is.
I feel like
just
you're
wanted to
gonna.
go.
Sorry, I just don't want you to knock that cup over. That's
Yeah, I
that's-
know.
Well, that's my Stanley Cup. I bring that to stay hydrated while I do
Stanley
yoga.
Cup, you want a hockey game?
One game.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
That's how it works, right?
It's a Stanley Cup. That's really funny.
If you're the only one in the league.
All right. So I'm going to have to pretend this is my phone because I have my phone in my hand.
It's not even a yoga mat.
Here.
Hello? This is a yoga mat.
But why are you?
Sorry.
It's a phone.
Use Jeremy's phone.
So use this as a yoga.
Special case.
Use this as a yoga mat.
I'm like way into yoga.
Rick, I gotta tell you, I'm
Hello.
totally lost here.
Hello, fire department. I'd like to report an arson because after that yoga class, I have a burning arse, son.
Worth it.
Click. Drop the yoga mat.
The mat.
The phone.
And then he gets arrested for making a false 911 call.
Well, luckily no one heard it because it's a yoga mat.
It was awful. There was sweat everywhere, and the smell. Oh my god! I'll never forget the smell of the relaxation and the held-in farts.
Held in? Have you ever been to a yoga class? People farting all over the place.
Wow.
All right.
I don't do hot yoga.
Here, drop the yoga mat.
My best Sundays are going over and farting up a storm at a yoga class.
I have a lot of pent up farts.
Especially in that hot yoga class. Yeesh.
Eric,
Yes, yes, sir.
Eric, jump in here.
To be fair, haven't most ritualistic mass suicides looked like a yoga session at first glance? Matching attire, drinking lots of fluids, a dude with a drum.
Yeah.
I always wear my Nikes to the yoga studio.
We do yoga in bunk beds.
Just a nice relaxing towel over my face. What was I gonna say? Textbook busybodies. Like the day before, they broke up a birthday party because all the kids were drinking Kool-Aid.
Too much sugar. Too much cyanide.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I need my phone. Feed off my phone.
Man, I always lose this phone. It's so small.
Hello, paramedic department. Send someone quick. But don't worry, we just did a 2-hour yoga session, so we don't need a stretcher. We're already set.
That's his cell phone.
Thank God it's relevant to the content.
Yeah, so I've been going down to this new yoga place downtown. It's really intense, but they have the best Kool-Aid. Yeah, kind of similar.
Sorry. It
gotta
happens. It happens.
Gotta
If
handle
only there were more mass deaths through cults that you could reference.
I know.
Somebody do Waco.
Somebody do a Waco because I'm looking to. Erica.
It was just a simple misunderstanding. We had students lying on their back in the dark in the shape of an inverted pentagram while I banged on a shamanic drum and read passages from the Necromonicon in a calm, soothing voice.
Very nice. Very nice.
I can't wait for Necromonicon 2023.
Yeah, bro. Are you gonna dress up?
Bet your life I am.
Yeah. Before you call police, just make certain that you actually see some real signs of a cult. Like if it says CrossFit on the door.
So good. Nice. Nice.
That's so good.
Hello, animal
others.
control.
He's switching it up.
Animal control. Bring a motivational speech, because we got a bunch of downward dogs.
Fuck.
Wait, a motivational speech.
Woof.
So we lift up those downward dogs.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
because they're downward.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Feeling real downward.
Oh, it's not a cult. They dutifully paid their leader money every week just to let them stretch.
We're not part of any mad cult or crazy clubs, which is exactly the sort of thing a mad cult would say.
Officer, arrest that woman. She's threatening to open people's chakras.
Nice.
I could start getting into that dude voice.
Do it again.
No, that's all right.
Do it again, but say babe first.
Officer Babe.
Officer Babe. Officer Hottie.
Oh God.
Is that it for the jokes from round 3?
I think so.
All right, so
Rick, got
Judge
any more phone calls?
Amanda,
Yeah.
who is our winner? Not me, of course. But,
So we have a tie,
Whoa.
but only between two. So
for last place?
not
or-
terrible.
Loser.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna start with Bob.
The loser.
Okay. Kool-Aid. We had CrossFit. Awesome. Chakras. All right. So I gave
Awesome
you 4s
chakras.
across. I gave you 4s across the board for that round. It's very nice. So 12. So you end up with 35 total.
Whoop-dee-doo.
All right.
If only Eric can make up that 5-point difference.
Okay. Jeremy. who was coming up very close to Eric from behind.
What were you doing?
All
I
right.
thought it was my grandpa.
Started out with the farts joke, gave that a 4. Kool-Aid, I gave you a 4. I didn't knock you back just because Bob had done it first. That was still a
Thank
solid
you.
joke. Not a cult. Another solid round of 4s. So you ended up with 40 total.
I got the same rotten score as Bob.
No.
What is funny? Why is he laughing?
I'm laughing. I thought he was my grandpa.
Oh, so long
As
ago.
like oh no, don't worry. It's because I thought he was my grandpa. It's just so funny to me to think of it. For a
This
long
is pinching a guy in the butt. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were my grandpa.
Okay.
Well, that's how he explained the way like coming up behind him.
Yeah.
It was funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a good job.
Yeah, it was a great job. Okay, so Eric.
Is it enough?
But it was enough to beat me by 10 points.
All right, Eric, we started off with Ritual Killing. I gave that a 4. Necromonicon, loved it, gave it a 4. Mad Cult, gave it a 3.
Yeah, maybe even a 2.
Yeah, you know what happens. Okay, so he closes out the round with 41 points. Rick, the prop comedy. This, I literally had tears coming out of my eyes.
It sucks so bad. I feel so
Made
bad
me
for
so
you.
sad.
I just in the yoga mat. I'm just like, I'm sorry, listeners, you missed a really key part of this. Pay $3 a month for this specifically.
You don't even have to.
Oh,
We're-
you don't. You're
We're
right.
free on YouTube,
I mean,
guys.
But if you're just listening, imagine a phone, but
but
It's a yoga.
it's something completely
phone.
different.
But also understand Ricky's holding a phone.
Hold the phone. I'm holding a phone.
oh my god, I can't.
Then he started doing yoga on a phone.
A little tiny yoga mat. Cracks because all my weight is on top.
That's good. It means you're really in position.
It's the scroll downward dog.
So I'm still literally crying. That's just yeah. Okay. So yeah, arson with props. I gave that a 6 because I cried. And then the paramedic gave it a 5. We continued. Great, honestly, such a good round. Downward dogs gave that a 5. Closed out with 16, which puts him tied with Eric at 41 points.
Oh.
How do we break the tie?
That is up to you. You can come up with a tiebreaker, or you can make a snap judgment. Just pick a winner.
Eric.
That was easy. Yeah, that's easy. I didn't even have time to say you could consider.
I almost wish that you hadn't even told me I was in the running.
Yeah, listeners, I got 2 words in and she started answering. Congratulations to Eric.
Thank you.
I think that was well deserved.
I think so.
You did a
good-
Warden
you had a good
Ramsey.
showing.
You did all sorts of
It was
stuff.
so good. It
This
was
is
so
my
good.
apartment.
And I am a human being with feelings. It's okay. Congratulations.
Thank
Eric.
you for embarrassing me in my home.
And
I'm
admittedly,
invited to do.
He goes, now if you'll excuse me, my mother's gonna come give you some Kool-Aid.
What, mother?
I'll go get her.
Let me get her phone.
It doesn't hurt, it's foam. It's a yoga mat.
Didn't think that through.
I'm in the shower, okay?
He just thinks a foam mat is the perfect substitute for anything.
Any prop.
I'm a psycho.
Eric, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more, but first we're going to go to Carly Kastner. I'm just mumbling all these words. We're going to see if she has any burning questions.
Oh, yeah. I got a question for you. Has anyone here ever catfished a dolphin? Burning questions. Okay. I want to take it back to the first story about the guy who opened a restaurant based on his joy of prison food. And I want to know, if you were going to open your restaurant based on your joy of something, what would the theme of the
Probably
restaurant
prison food, yeah.
I really love food trucks. Could we do a food truck?
Yeah.
be? Yeah. Where you just
All
sell food trucks?
truck foods in a food truck.
Quite the concept.
Wow.
You're gonna need a large truck for that, like a semi.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's in smaller truck inside the truck.
All trucks come out.
I've actually had this thought before, and this was back when like it was more popular when I was younger to like go to a food court in a mall and get food, and I always felt like I only have unhealthy options, but what I really feel like I could go for was like some cut up strawberries or something, and I'm like, why isn't there just a kiosk that sells like a bowl of some cut up strawberries?
That's the
like
way
the
it is in
grocery,
other
right?
No, but at the grocery store, you have to wash them, cut the stems off.
Well, you can
in
go-
Mexico, you can just like there's like stands, like carts and stuff.
well,
They just
even-
have tons of fruit.
even here in Arizona, like you can go to like the ice cream shop and they just have fruit. They just have fresh fruit.
I'm not paying by the pound
Yeah.
for
They're
that would
also-
be so expensive.
They're also gonna go, oh, I don't know how to ring that up.
Yeah.
Just a bowl of strawberries.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't agree.
Are you sure you don't want diabetes?
They literally have the thing you're talking about, a cup of strawberries.
Are you okay with a cup of strawberries, but like completely surrounded by ice cream?
I mean, come on, the markup on those strawberries must be pretty high, though.
Well, I guess you don't want them that bad.
I would say to solve your problem, I want to do a smoothie shop, but it's like instead of like Jamba Juice where you just have a few selections, it's like Subway. You just like add ingredients like, oh, let me get strawberries, blueberries, whatever you call
Little
it.
tuna fish.
Yeah.
But that's not
Yeah,
like a
tuna fish,
sandwich
protein shake.
where you're like, I shouldn't have got onions, and you pick out the onions. It's like, oh,
You definitely shouldn't get onions
I
in
don't
your
like,
smoothie. Let me
I
help
don't
you
like
there.
bananas. I forgot, and now I have this whole wasted smoothie. Trash.
To that, this is not an idea, but this is just something I saw. But to that smoothie point, there is a former bodybuilder, who would put cans of tuna in his protein shakes.
Oh, why?
To get
People
more
put weird
protein,
stuff
yeah.
in their protein shakes. Yeah.
Why don't you just eat the tuna though?
Well,
Just
drink
eat
it.
it.
Drink
Just drink
I
it.
tried
Oh, I'm actually getting so nauseous.
putting kale in smoothies, and I did it, and it was fine. It was okay to drink, but I'd get like crazy heartburn, like
Okay,
the worst heartburn I ever
you're not
had.
really supposed to eat kale that's not cooked. It's not really great. Fun tip,
Really?
listeners. Yeah, it's not great for your digestive system. Spinach is better.
I eat a lot of spinach.
Yeah.
Well, there goes kale smoothies. Raw kale smoothies. That's what I was going to call it.
When I go to the smoothie store, I order the most fattening, most unhealthy thing, but then I just add a little spinach so people think it's healthy because it looks
Just a
great.
little garnish of spinach coming out of your drink.
When my diet was really shitty, sometimes I would eat like basically a bucket of fried chicken, but I'd have like a couple carrots. Like, okay, I'm not going completely crazy.
I mean, that's what chicken wings are.
Yeah, they
It's like
serve it with
literally that.
celery.
There's like a carrot there to go.
Yeah, but-
okay, this I'm having a carrot. It's
but we're
good.
not talking a whole bird, basically.
Ooh.
When I order chicken wings, I have to ask for no celery, please.
Yeah, celery.
Why?
Celery sucks.
Celery is disgusting.
Celery's delicious.
Celery's great. Yeah.
Oh, I think the texture. If I wanted to eat like a ball of string, I would eat a ball of string.
Are you eating it wrong?
Are you eating it wrong?
Peel it into string first.
It doesn't.
I
That's
do
the
like.
problem. It just does that on its own.
I like celery as because I mean it's string because it's fibrous. So it's good, but I like it as with chicken wings as a thing on the side, and like peanut butter as a kid kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I hate it like when they chop it up and put it in like a tuna salad or a
Because it
soup or
takes the
something.
flavor's so strong. It'll
so-
take
yeah.
over. It's like cilantro. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
When I think of strong flavor, I think celery.
Yeah. But strangely, if you
No,
eat celery with cilantro, you taste nothing. They cancel each other
Makes
out.
sense. That makes
So
sense.
Jeremy
yeah.
would open a spice shop. You
What?
you buy your food at other places and then you bring it to your spice shop and you can pick your spices.
I gotta take this handful of food to the spice shop.
Yeah, can I?
strawberries.
I'm just bringing it back to the original question of what what shop would you?
Okay, who hasn't answered?
Everyone.
Hey, really?
Mine
No,
is
Rick,
smoothies.
Rick's gonna do food truck.
Yeah, I do smoothies.
That's kind of a joke. I'm trying to really think of one.
You don't have to answer it.
I like the idea. Whenever I think about having just like a small sandwich shop, like a neighborhood sandwich shop, that's a fun idea to me. I'm sure in practice it would just be a big fucking headache.
I mean,
But
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
But like the idea of the romanticized version of it, like if you see in a TV show like the corner shop, it's a fun idea.
I bring this up all the time, but when I was in Barcelona, they had this place. We called them Moroccan sandwiches because the guys who ran it were Moroccan. But every night there'd be this huge line coming out of it, and there was these they'd give you a baguette, and they would just put anything you wanted in it. And they had every single ham you could ever think of, and bacon, and all kinds of other Mediterranean type things, and olives, and hard-boiled eggs, and French fries, and you would just
carburetors.
No, it's
and you
true.
put hundreds of sauces, and then they would just put that together, and they would make it perfect, and they would hand that gigantic sandwich to you, and it was $4.
Yeah, on a baguette is amazing. No, I agree. Yeah, when my parents lived in France, so I grew up with this because they borrowed it from France. They'd just see people would just buy baguettes and buy Nestle Crunch bars, and you just put it in the baguette.
That does sound kind of good.
Sorry, it's really good.
So your restaurant would be candy bars on baguettes.
That sounds good.
I'll go with that. Yeah. No, I was
a baguette truck.
No, I would do a baguette truck. Yeah. Shout out to Lee's Sandwiches. If you guys dug up, that's the best place to get baguettes, I think. And I was going to say I would probably do a burger shop. I mean, obviously I agree with Bob. If we're having this conversation generally, I think it would be an absolutely awful thing running a restaurant. But I'd probably do a burger shop with more meat options because I think there just aren't enough different meat options.
Bald eagle.
I mean that to include meat and non-meat options.
And if you're adventurous, be a little human.
But
Hannibal cookbook.
Most dangerous burger shop.
I went through a phase when I was in my 20s where I would just try to make a burger out of literally anything, any dish that I liked. I would try to turn it into a burger.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And what was the most successful?
I got, shout out to Fez downtown. I turned one of their sandwiches. I think it's a chicken and cheese and cherry into a burger where I made the burger. I think I did a turkey burger with cherries and cheese built into the burger, and then added the toppings and stuff, and I put it on ciabatta, and it was great.
And the least successful?
I don't know.
All
the others.
The spaghetti squash burger.
My
spaghetti burger probably is good.
I turned a quarter pounder into a burger.
The top ramen burger didn't turn out so
I think that is a thing.
That is a thing
That is
because
totally a
they
thing.
use it as a bun.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's top
It's the
ramen
top.
bun.
It's the top. I do the same. I do the same thing as you with burgers,
Yeah.
but burritos. I think any
that's
dish
so
that you
smart.
love,
Yeah, you
put
can
it in,
burrito
wrap it in a
it. Yeah.
tortilla, and
Yeah.
it's
It's tortilla.
even.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's even better.
Yeah.
Cinnamon
Yeah.
toast crunch.
What about,
Yeah.
what about you, Vanessa?
Wait, I just want to say when Jeremy said I'll do anything in a burrito, Vanessa's face was like, ugh. And I'm
done this?
guessing that she's
Has he done this to you?
Yes, I feel like this is something that
Have you been
Jeremy's
in a burrito,
forced on
Vanessa?
you.
No, I don't have any specific stories. I think a burrito's sacred. And if you're putting different stuff in it, then it's not a burrito, it's a wrap.
Ooh, I just saw her take off her engagement ring.
That's a wrap.
That is a wrap.
Don't fuck with my burrito, bitch.
I'm just saying.
Special.
I love our relationship, but if it was wrapped in a flour tortilla, I think it'd be a little bit better.
Why is tortilla the only word you say with an accent?
I have a hard time saying tortilla.
I know. It's like a news broadcaster when they say their name.
Well, sometimes he says ay ay ay.
Yeah.
Then he dances around the sombrero.
Si.
Is that what you wanted me to do earlier when you said
It feels weird, tortilla.
It does.
Coming out.
Tortilla. With my tamales.
So did you, Vanessa? Did you have an idea for a shop or a business or?
I would like a coffee shop that's only open at night for all the
Oh, love it.
the night owls and stuff. The only thing is weird people coming in off the street at 3 in the morning too. So it's it's
You could put a sign on the door.
no weird people.
No weird people.
Oh,
We,
I feel like
we
you're-
have the right. We reserve the right to refuse weird people.
Yeah.
I feel like you're describing Joe Bot. Have you guys been to Joe Bot? That place is open.
Oh, is
Oh,
it?
is it?
Like all hours.
Yeah, it's open during the day though.
Yeah.
Vanessa, you're missing a pretty large part of the market here. Are you
But
sure?
it would be for
that's
like, or
true.
if it was like by ASU or a college, then
Yeah.
you have all the people staying up all night anyway.
There used to be so much like stuff that was open late at night, and now there isn't. There
Yeah,
is
I
like
know.
way
Everything
less
closes
things.
so early.
Yeah.
Right.
Even
Or-
out here on Mill, that stuff all closes early.
It's crazy.
Thanks, COVID.
Yeah.
That's really what happened.
Or a restaurant of like all carbs.
Yes.
Like pizza and mozzarella sticks and just anything bread.
Any Italian restaurant?
Tortillas. No, like I want it to be like random, just carbs. Like, oh, fry bread or churros. Or
Hi,
like
can I
just-
get a hamburger? Ooh, we just have the bun.
You're gonna have to go to Amanda's place for that.
She only serves the burger patty, and you only have the bun.
It has to be like 6 more carb than anything else because I love bread.
And then if you want the spices,
yes.
you got to go third place.
We're all right next to each other.
Yeah, I know, right? You just go down the line.
She's like, God damn, I just want a taco. I had an idea for like a Korean grilled cheese truck. So like where you
kimchi.
take Korean meats and just throw it on the grilled cheese. It seems simple enough, but again, probably a big fucking hassle. Eric, thank you for being on the show.
Yes.
Is there anything that you'd like to tell people about? Perhaps maybe a social media presence that you want them to follow?
Upcoming show.
Sure. I have an upcoming show on October 10th at the House of Comedy. I'm taking part in the Trash or Treasure show, the monthly
Stephen
show they do. Stefan Satani, yep.
Stefan
I'm
Satani.
thinking of Stevenson.
You haven't been able to ever
His
get
brother
that.
Steven.
But yeah, also a former guest on this show.
Yep.
What does trash or treasure mean?
It's kind of like I've done it once before, and it's kind of a hybrid improv / stand-up thing.
Oh.
What
Which
they're
part is the
actually-
trash?
So
Pretty good idea.
it's
In my
called
opinion.
Trash or Treasure, but think of it more as like pro or con. And the improv part of it is you're given you have to just take a position, and then on stage you're put head to head with someone, and then you're revealed the
Oh,
topic.
so what Ricky and I do every day on this show. Argue about
Seen
stupid
it,
shit.
sorry.
And so they put us head to
don't
head
think
for a
it's
couple
stupid
rounds,
shit.
and then when there are 2 individuals remaining, the final 2 get a 10-minute stand-up set.
Oh,
That's fun.
wow.
That's really
cool.
fun.
Yeah.
So it's
fun.
it's
That
an
is very
interesting show to be on and
Yeah.
to watch. For
fun. No,
sure.
I like that it's competitive. How'd you do on the prior one?
I made it
Trash?
to the final.
You got
round.
the 10
I did,
treasure.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, trash or treasure. Were you trash or were you treasure?
Well, sounds like a fun show with our good friend Steven Seatany, and Eric is going to be a guest on that show.
Satini.
So if you're in town, please check that out. But also, where can they follow you?
So for stand-up comedy, you can follow me on Instagram at esotericaz. I also run a record label.
No, we don't want to hear about it. Not good.
And if you're interested in that, check out at Sly Vinyl, SLYVINYL. And that's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, etc., etc.
Sounds good. And we'll have the links in the episode description just to make things easier. You can find us anywhere that you find podcasts. Thank you for listening and watching. If you want to support the show, easy way to do that is to go to Patreon. For just $3 a month, you get our entire back catalog of episodes along with bonus content and our gratitude.
$3 a month? Man, that's cheaper than a $3 coffee. Well, no, I said that wrong.
It's definitely cheaper than a $4.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's cheaper than a coffee at Vanessa's all night coffee shop with no weirdos.
But there's plenty of weirdos in this show.
Vanessa took exception. She's
Yeah.
obviously not charging that little.
Yeah, she's like, wow, it's very high end, but
Yeah.
sure, Carly.
Well, it has to be expensive because she's losing all the morning business.
Yes, we get 2 customers a night. They are $120 coffee.
Yeah, you get someone coming in at 6:30 and you're like, nope, sorry, we're closed. We gotta get out of here. But I just want some, I just need to go. I'll pay anything you want.
Sorry, the sun's up.
She's like being real slow at the register, waiting for the sun to come. Sorry.
Too late.
But if you can't do the money thing, you can always support us by just giving us likes and ratings. Good ratings, I should specify.
And a shout out to one of our listeners who reached out to us.
Joe Genko.
Joe Genko.
I'm going to assume that's the correct pronunciation, but
I
he
thought it
reached
was
out to us.
Janko.
Well,
I think
Janko.
it's Go Janko. Go Janko.
Yeah.
Go Janko. Go Janko. Go Janko.
Go, Janko. Is it your birthday? Is it your birthday? When's your birthday?
Regardless, happy birthday, Go Janko. We want to thank you for listening and being part of this show. You're really what matters at the end of the day.
that's right. Support the show like Joe, and I think that'll do it for this
That'll
episode.
do it. I'm Jeremy Martinez.
I am Ricardo Leone.
I'm Bob Timmons.
I'm Carly Kastner.
I'm Amanda Kerberg.
I'm Eric Hughes.
I'm Vanessa Flores.
And this has been another episode of 1, 2, 3, Joe!
Joe Genko. Go, Janko. Go,
Go,
Zinko.